Hi, this is Carl Dawson, the Director of Training for EFTMRA. In this video, I'd just like to nice and clearly go through all the EFT tapping points and the 9 Gamut procedure. So we'll start off the setup. So we're here, 2 fingers between the base of the little finger and the wrist. And this is where we tune into the problem. So we might have a specific aspect. For example, you was in class one day and the memory is the teacher shouted at you. So the first aspect is the teacher shouting at you. So the setup, even though the teacher shouted at me, they picked on me, not anybody else in the classroom was talking, and I feel all this confusion in my head, I love and accept myself anyway. So that's the first point, the setup point. And now we're going to go through, first of all, I'll go through the actual points themselves, and then how we would do that with the setup sentences that we've got. So first of all, the first point is the top of the head. Now this is more towards the crown. If you imagine a line going between the ears and then a line from the front to the back of the head, it's where it meets, but basically it's the crown. And this is a junction point. This was a later addition to the EFT sequence. And we find it easier to tap with 4 fingers there. So the tapping is always very nice and gentle, and 6 or 7 times on each point. The next point is at the end of the eyebrow, here. So we're not looking at the third eye or the center, it's literally at the end of the eyebrow. Again, 2 fingers, works very well on this point. 6 or 7 times again. And then the side of the eye. So where you got the eye socket bone, just tap in there 6 or 7 times again. Under the eye, just on the eye socket bone, under the eye. And then these are the central and governor meridians. So below the nose and the top lip, and the bottom lip and the chin. At any point with these, with the various points, if you get tired, you can always swap over hands. And some people do like to tap both sides. But when we come to these points here, there are central points, so it's just one hand and then one hand here. Now, this is one point that people struggle with a little bit, collarbone point. So what we're looking for is, here you have your collarbone and the clavicle, and you'll notice that, especially if you kind of scrunch your shoulders in a little bit, that it creates a point here with an indent. So you can't go up because there's a bone, you can't go further in because there's a bone, and there's like a hollow there. That is the actual point of the kidney meridian, the collarbone point. So that's where we're going to tap here. And then the next point is in line with the lady's bra strap. Here we'd use 4 fingers because it's just more convenient. A point I often use, as many people do, but wasn't in the original sequence, is across the wrist. So this is not a specific point on the wrist, it's across because it's covering basically all of the points. And you'll see a lot of people don't use the finger points anymore in EFT. Not sure why, because I think that some very important points like the lungs, the heart, one of the most important bodies, the organs in the body. So if you put your hand towards you, palm towards you, we're just tapping at the end of the nail bed on each of these points. And then often we'll use the karate chop as a point in itself. So those are the actual points. Now, the 9 Gamut procedure, this is something else that some people don't use at all anymore, but it's very useful. It helps to, with the eye accessing part of it, to bring in memories. What did you see? What did you hear? What did you feel? What was the self-talk? It helps to, you're revisiting memories. So to actually, have these eye accessing, the eyes looking in different areas to help bring that information back, to help process the information. So we tap between the little finger and the ring finger, and we can rest that on our lap. And you want to keep tapping all the time. And as you do that, you're looking straight forward. And as you keep tapping, you close your eyes, open your eyes. You look hard down left, hard down right. Big circle clockwise, big circle anti-clockwise. Now, hum a tune. Historically, people have always hummed Happy Birthday, but for several reasons. I like to just The whole point of this is to activate the creative side of the brain, and just doing something repetitive like happy birthday is just not being creative. So we literally create a tune in the moment, like I think it's a very nice tune, could go on number 1 in the charts, that one. And then count 1 to 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again, we're still tapping on this point here, and then hum the tune again. So that's the 9 gamut procedure. So it just helps to bring in the balance the left and right brain, brings in information, and also helps to bring the logical brain back into the memory. When we have the trauma memory, the logical brain, when we went to the fight or flight, we close down the logical brain. So bringing that back in, it helps us to have the kind of the change in perception. We'll hear things from the client like, it's over now, it's finished, it wasn't my fault, I was doing the best I could, I was just a child, they should have known better. So the kind of cognitive shifts happen by bringing the logical brain back into the equation. So I think that's everything for now with the tapping points and the 9 gamut procedure.